Hello, I'm Kelly and welcome to my Flosstube channel, Animal Instinct. It's Saturday the 2nd of July 2022 and I'm back with another stitching update for the month of June. Thanks so much for stopping by and spending some time with me. I hope you're well and are getting plenty of good stitching time in. It's a cold winter's day here in Adelaide, so I'm coming to you in my coziest hoodie. I don't have too much to go through today. I think it'll probably be a fairly quick one. But I am hoping to get a mid-year whip parade done this weekend as well, so look out for that maybe in the next week or so. Today I actually have a fully finished piece, which is exciting. I have a new start, a couple of whips. June was supposed to be my focus month for my biggest full coverage piece, so I'll show you my progress on that. I have some happy mail and I guess some plans. So let's start with the fully finished piece. I got this piece framed. This is Seeking Refuge by the Scarlet house. This pattern came out, I think it was at Nashville market in 2020, just before everything shut down. I stitched it between, I think it was March and November 2020. It's on 40 count linen in Ren by Picture This Plus. And I didn't use the called for colours. I just used what I had in my stash that was similar to the called for colours. I made a couple of minor little personalisations. I can bring it in. Oh, this is hard. You can see the orange creature there. I've made that into Reggie. And then, oh, excuse the khaki-handedness here, the other cat there. That is Jemima. She's my brown tabby. Don't see her very often. She's a bit shy. Also in the text, oh, it's really hard to see. Wrong side. I changed the text there. I think it said her work in the year, something like that. I just changed it to during this year of the pandemic. Obviously there's still a pandemic, but that was, I guess, the first year. But I'm really happy with how the framing's come together. I got it framed at a family-owned business here in Adelaide, and the son helped me with the frame selection, and his mum does any lacing if there's needlework. Embroidery sort of pieces getting framed, so she laced it for me and she just did an amazing job. So that's exciting. So it was, yeah, stitched back in 2020, but finally got around to getting it framed this year. I would like to learn how to lace or pin so I can try framing myself, because I definitely can't afford to get everything framed professionally, but for special pieces I think it's worth it. So very pleased with that one. Okay, next up I've had a new start. I think this was, I can't remember when I last filmed. Yeah, this is definitely a new start. I started the Witchy Stitcher's new stitch along Supernatural. And that's right, I was umming and ahhing over what fabric to use, and I ended up going with 32 count Cocoa Dust by number 12 Stitch Co. So this is my start. Excuse the crumples. Just come off the Q-snap. We did have a month to complete the frame. As you can see, I didn't quite get there. I'm almost there. So this is a sister piece to the cryptid one. There'll be a heap of supernatural creatures in that frame. Come in a little bit. It's just stitched with the called for DMC. It's got these cute candelabras and the skulls there. Sort of gothic-y text. And the first creature has come out, and I think it sits in here. And I'm really looking forward to stitching it. So I worked out last night, because each creature's released on a Friday, I guess in local Witchy Stitcher time. I worked out they were going to come out at 2:30 in the morning here, so definitely something to look forward to in the morning. But I'd gone to bed and it hadn't been released yet. Got up in the morning, was just sort of scrolling on Instagram before I sort of got moving, and I saw that Esther, Danish Stitcher, had already finished it. So I'd gone to bed and it hadn't even been released, and I get up and she's already done. So amazing work, Esther. I am going to try and work on Siren this afternoon. I've put my threads for this one. I haven't finished threading it up, kitting it up, but I'm using some floss drops from Ginger Stitch AU. I got, probably spider warning, I guess. Spiders on there. I got a little Halloween set that he put together. I can't remember if I shared these. I've got a few different sets of his now. I'm a fan. And little bats. And I've just popped a sticker on the back with the DMC number. So that's my new start. Then I have another work in progress, which is it's barely worth showing, but oh well, I just will. This is Under the Sea by Durene Jones from Lakeside Needlecraft. You can buy this from their website as a kit or as a PDF pattern. Kit it up yourself. It was a stitch along a few years ago now, and I'm stitching it along with Jodyri Stitches and Emma X Stitching. So trying to do one of the larger motifs each month, and I haven't finished June yet. This is the whole piece so far. It's on 32 count opal Murano in Caribbean Seas by Jodyri Designs. And this month, or in June, supposed to be working on some jellyfish. In here, so the sort of head bit, what is that called? The body of the jellyfish is here, and then there's another one I think down here. But as you can see, didn't get very far. I did use the, I don't have it handy, the DMC metallic thread, that E for evil thread. And I took the advice that I'd been given, and I used, it needs to be stitched with 2 strands on this fabric, but I just stitched with 1 and did everything twice. Short lengths. It's a little bit better. It's still evil and horrible to work with, and it's really slow going. So I need to come back to that. So I guess I haven't actually looked. Right, so June was the jellyfish, and I guess July is the mermaid. So I have a little bit of catching up to do. It's okay. All right. Then the only other piece I worked on in June was Firefly. I'll pop a photo in of what the whole piece looks like. And I decided to have a focus month on Firefly in June. I set myself a goal of 15,000 stitches for the month. In my mind, I thought that was easily doable. Last year I did a focus month and I stitched 25,000 stitches that month. This month was very different. I did 12,500 for the month. So I didn't even make the goal that I set. Oh well. I stitched on it for 26 out of 30 days in June. And I stitched anywhere between, well, I guess 0, but about 100 stitches through to, what was my best day? I stitched 1,000 stitches on it for like 1 day in June. So I averaged about 415 stitches a day. I needed to do 500 to make the 15. That's all right. I'll pop a photo in of where it was at the start of the month. And I'm working on the cat with the glasses. And what I did was a bit of a vlog at roughly at the end of the first 3 weeks of June. So I'll pop those in. When I was looking at them, I'm really tired. It's done at the end of the night. It was a really long month. So I almost thought about just leaving them out, but it's real life. We have good months and bad months. I'll leave it in just so you can see sort of how things progressed over the course of the month. So I'll pop those in here. It is Wednesday the 8th of June. I'm a little bit late. I was going to do one of these every week, so one day late. But this is my week's progress on Firefly. So far I have stitched about 3,350 stitches this week. I'll just come in closer. The lighting is not great. Let me just turn the light off for a second. Kind of looks a bit better like that. But anyway, come back in. So I am obviously working on Simon. I have finished his glasses and I love that you can see his eyes behind the lenses. And now I'm just working again in strips or rows, I guess, 20 by 20 rows focusing on. So I'm still doing this row here. You can see I've just got a few stitches to go, not too many, possibly one there and a few over here. And then I'll come down and focus on here. But if I've still got plenty of thread left, I'll definitely come down. I'm not doing any strict lines. What's really exciting is you can see, again, the lighting it's so glary on this, it's blowing it all out. But when was it? Was it the start of this year? I can't remember. Anyway, I got sick of doing background and I worked my way all the way up to the top of the piece, way up higher. And then I've finally come back down and have met the stitching and it all lines up. So, phew. Yeah, so this is only 1 week in and I think I've worked out if I can aim for about 15,000 stitches this month, I think I will get to maybe down here. So each of these squares is 400 stitches. I did work it out, can't remember now. But I love how you can see like his neck coming in. And then this is the vest he's wearing and that's his sleeve. And then that's actually the ear of the captain sitting there. So that is my week 1 progress on Firefly and in particular Simon the cat. And like always, I have a little stitching friend, Reggie. Oi, gonna say hello? No, he's just happy on my lap. So let's check in another week and see where we're at. It's another week later, would you believe? I still have a little kitten on my lap, although he is two and a half now. I can't really call him a kitten. Anyway, let's have a look at this week's progress on Firefly. Right, so I've made a fair amount of progress, not as much as I wanted, but slowly but surely we're getting there. Again, the light's really glary. I think, there you go. So I like how you can see the whiskers coming down in here. You don't realise that when you're stitching, but when you step back and have a look, it's only subtle changes, but you can see his whiskers coming off. So I think last week, where was I? I think I was up here. Yeah, I hadn't done his nose. So I'd done the eyes. Now I've completed his nose and pretty much his mouth. Just a few more stitches in here. I will completely admit, so I'm behind on my my sort of target. Now Reggie's having dinner. Good timing, Reg. of 500 stitches a day. So tonight I've actually just picked a colour where I could just stitch a whole chunk and I got my 500 in. I'm definitely behind target, but I am up to 6,500 stitches this month. This month. So that means another 3,000 this week. And again, I'm just stitching across in strips. So I'm really focusing on this one. I've still got some stitches here and I think up here. And then I'll come down into this row. And I've done a big chunk of that row already. So that will come together pretty nicely. I do think if I can keep going the way I have been, I think I said last time, I reckon I can get down to around about here, which is where the vest meets the ends and the sleeve starts. So slowly getting there. I'm at 14.89% on the entire piece. Maybe I'll hit 15% this month. We'll see. In total, I've done 110,968 stitches on this piece. So let's check in another week. It's now 3 weeks into June and Reggie's kind of looking a bit like how I'm feeling right now. I have not done much stitching this week, but let's have a little look. I've done a total of, well, less than 1,000 stitches this week. Way behind schedule, not going to meet my goal. That's okay. I'll just keep getting stitches in where I can. I've reached 2 little milestones though. So firstly, I have completed all the like his face and his neck, and then that kind of shadow there is where his collar starts. So you can see his collar comes down like that, and I'll do that too. And he has a little tie, and then that's his vest. So I have finished all of the fur. The only fur left on him to stitch, is his paws, but I won't get to them for ages. So that's really cool. What else? Oh, I did actually have another milestone to share. Let me see if I can do this. That's what the piece is looking like at the moment, which is great. I can't wait to have this cat complete too, although it's going to be some pretty same colours, I think. But now, can I... filming one-handed. Here we go. Have a look at that. 15%. So only 85% to go. 1% is about almost 7,500 stitches, so it's pretty slow going. But anyway, so 15% of the way through. And there is how he's looking. So hopefully in another week I will put a few more stitches in, but we'll see how we go. Okay, so where did I get to? This is where this piece is right now. So it's on 25 count Lugana, 1/1 full crosses for the cats, and I am doing 2/1 tent stitching for much of the background. Really, actually, even though I didn't get my goal, I'm really happy with where I did get to. So I just think it's amazing that you can see his eyes through the lenses. And yeah, just the detail. And I'm well and truly down into his clothing now. So I'll just show. It's so big. This is, well, part of what I've done. Don't they look great? just come in. When I started this piece 3 years ago, I did not have a electronic version. I didn't have of the pattern. I didn't have Pattern Keeper. I was starting it on paper and highlighting, and excuse the one parked thread. Because it was paper pattern, I just picked the center page in the whole piece. I wanted to start in the center because I didn't want to mess up my positioning on the fabric, and also I didn't want to be just doing background for years and years, so I decided to start right in the action. And yeah, I think I just stitched this page like that just because I had that page out handy and I was marking it off. I don't stitch like that anymore, as you can see. It's sort of all over the place, so I'm hoping I don't have lines when I do meet these up, but I think it'll be okay. So this is his arm coming down. So I've just got one row of pages here, and then I'll join up with his arm. His little paw comes here, and then he kind of ends, I think, here-ish. And I would like to finish him this year. Now, can I try and do it without getting up? I just can't quite get it all in. I'm going to do a whip parade. I'll show it all in the whip parade, but that's the bottom there. So just one last look. Just for some other stats on this piece, I have done 116,732 stitches on the whole piece out of 745,000. So I'm 15.66% complete, and I managed to do 1.64% in June. So very slow going, but yeah, I love working on it. I just need to keep it out and work on it regularly. So yeah, Firefly. Because I don't have too much stitching to share today, I thought I'd show you what I'm doing with the floss for this one. There is a lot of threads. There's 132 colours and just masses of it all. When you get a kit from, from Gecko Rouge, it all comes on one of these, and all the threads are on these cards. Normally that's fine. I was just worried about, this piece is going to take me forever. I was worried that that would tear eventually. So I have shown these before. I transferred all the thread onto these plastic cards, which hold 20. So I guess there's, I've got, every time I need a colour, I have to sort through to find what I need. And you're touching it all the time, and yeah, I've been thinking that that's not ideal for a while, and I'm just going to blame Tess Stitches here. Hope you're feeling okay, Tess. She's been showing for a while how she has her stuff on, or some of her kits are on Annie's Keepers, and she loves them. She has a whole special bag that's been made up to store them, and yeah. Anyway, I've been chatting to Tess about them, and I decided to give them a go because I had tried a few, like I had tried those, the Ginger Stitch AU ones, but obviously for something like Firefly I needed bulk. So what I've done is I've transferred, let's get one. As I need a new colour, I've added an Annie's Keeper to a ring. I've got 3 on the go at the moment. I might have to change that to 4. So they don't have all the colours yet because I'm just popping them on as I use them. So I'll just come in. So pop a sticker on there. I've just put an F just to indicate it's Firefly, not that I think I'll get them mixed up. The number is not DMC number, it's the number Gecko Rouge assigns. And I've done a rough approximation of the symbol just for extra assurance that I've picked the right colour. And I've just put a few threads on, a few strands on, not all of them. So this is kind of like my, what would you say, like my working stash, I guess. And then I've still got all of this in reserve, which I can add to the Annies as and when I need them. So I'm like, I can leave all that thread alone now and not be touching it all the time trying to find the thread I need. And now I just go to the ring. So I have 3. Like I said, I'll probably need to go to 4, I think. I've got 3 rings. And I just, in my mind, I already know which ring has which range of numbers on there. And it's really quick to find them and easy to tease off the strand that I need. Because I can't have anything dangly out in this house because of a naughty cat, I've just got them in a bit of a pouch, like a toiletries bag thing, so they're just safe in there. And that's working really well. I think it's making it a little bit more efficient to actually find the thread I need. And like I said, also it's not, I'm not touching all of that massive pile of floss every time I need to find a colour. So I'm really happy with that at the moment, loving that system. So that is Firefly for the month. I do have some happy mail. I won a giveaway, let's grab it, from Summer Rumsey. She has her own Flosstube channel and she also has a shop, redthicket.com. And that's the neat logo. And I won a giveaway on her channel and I received it in the mail. Thank you so much, Summer, it's beautiful. So I got to choose a piece of fabric that she's dyed and I went for 36 count linen in Serenity. It's this beautiful colour. Look at that. Open it up. It's just really pretty. So I'm not sure what I'll stitch on it. I'll find the perfect project, I'm sure. Thank you very much, Summer. Summer is stitching the Witcher that I finished. So if you need a Witcher fix, you should probably go and check her channel out. All right, so that's the end of all the stitching today. Plans for July. I want to keep Firefly out, but I won't be working on it quite as much as I did in June. But I do just want to keep chipping away at it. Keep up with the stitch along, so Under the Sea and Supernatural. What else? It's Joe Belushi Stitch's birthday in July. I haven't quite worked out what I'm going to work on for that yet, but I've got a few ideas. And yeah, I'm going to try and do a whip parade either today or tomorrow, I think. So that might help me decide sort of plans for the rest of the year. So that was a short and sweet one. Thank you for hanging around. And yeah, if you're interested in a whip parade, there should be one coming pretty soon. Otherwise, we'll see you in another month at the end of July. See ya.